There's a question asked today about cream, specifically what is the best type of cream for a diabetic with dry skin? The answers to that question were mostly either CCS or Flexitol or Dermatronics, or the other one which I forget. The problem is that is not really a helpful question. Because it ignores the most important thing: what is the foot like? Telling you that they're a diabetic doesn't help, because 21-year-old type 1 diabetic feet are likely to be very different to 81-year-old diabetic feet with ischemia and neuropathy. So that doesn't really help you. And dry skin covers everything from a little bit of dusty bits around the heels all the way to great big hard thick plaques of psoriatic callus. As far as the creams are concerned, the range that we have in the clinic that I'm in at the moment is Flexitol. And just within that range, and just within this clinic, and this isn't all they do, that's Flexitol, that also is Flexitol, that's also Flexitol, and this is also Flexitol. So Flexitol is a range, not a specific product. And in terms of why we have 4, and I can see about another 3 or 4 different ones from where I'm sitting, because they all do a different job. So for example, that one is 10% urea, which means it's pretty safe for anyone except somebody with really sensitive, fragile skin. For the majority of people, you could just slap that on with a trowel a couple of times a day. The more you use it, the better. That is almost certainly going to be safe. However, it is only 10% urea. Urea is the bit that sort of breaks down the callus. The moisture is the bit that actually moisturizes, and the oil bit of the cream is the bit that keeps it in. So that's something you can use for anybody, but it's not going to have a very profound effect on very thick or very dry callus. Hard skin and callus balm, this one is 22% urea, so this is double the urea content of that one. So this is going to have more of an effect on thicker callus, very dry, cracked heels, that sort of thing. But you'd want to be a bit careful with this one. 22% is quite feisty. If you start putting that regularly on thinner skin, so for example the skin in the arch of the foot where it's not weight bearing, even on a healthy person, that could conceivably cause irritation. On somebody with fragile skin, somebody with ischemic skin, that would be potentially unwise. So this is one to use with caution. Pick your patients on hard, thick skin, not just on dry skin. The mousse, I've got no idea what's different about it in it being a mousse, but I think this is also 10%. So this would be, again, something you could use on lots of areas. And the heel balm platinum is 30% urea cream, which is very feisty indeed. You would want to keep that for your really thick hard callus around the heels and the balls of the feet, and I would be very cautious about putting it elsewhere. Urea is I believe a keratolytic, not a caustic, so it's not like lactic acid or salicylic acid, the stuff you get in those god-awful baby soft peel ulcerate your feet for free type bags that are popular at the moment. But it will cause very picky, peely skin if you put it on more fragile skin. Just put it in context, this is 30%, 40% urea cream is what we use to melt toenails. So if somebody's got a really thick gryphotic or caucasic toenail that we can't surgically remove, you put 40% urea cream on it, mask it, leave it there for a week. After a week, it will have melted the toenail. You can just scrape it off with a spatula. That is the strength of the product we're using here. So in terms of what's the best cream to use, it's the same as the answer to what's the best orthotic to use. It depends on what is actually wrong with the person. It depends on how fragile the skin is, how sensitive it's likely to be, where you're putting it, how thick the skin is, how dry the skin is. So there's not one size fits all.